Good morning everybody. I thought it was about time I had a quick squidge round the old allotment. Spring is here. We're still getting frost at night time, but nevertheless we're still getting a little bit of pretty look. I've done the hanging baskets, so let's have a quick look round. Oh, I'll tell you what, the daffodils are finished. Quick squidge, there we go. But the bluebells are just beginning to show, so that should look good in a few weeks time. Right, so let's have a walk round then, shall we? I'm going to keep it short. The carrots are still doing okay. I could probably pull a few carrots. That's the whole idea of this bed. There we go, there's one there. Yeah, I'm not going to pull it yet, I don't need them today, but there, that's the whole idea of the of those carrots, of putting the carrots in here, is so that I'll get them out of season basically, and the same with those few lettuce I've put along the back. Okay then, let's go and have a look in the greenhouse, in the tea room if you like. I'm just beginning to get a little bit of growth there, look, and I've still got a little bit of colour there, look at that. But then it is well protected in here. All the onions are just about finished now. There's my onions hanging there, look, and there's just a couple left. Okay, then the greenhouse, or I'll tell you what, before we go in this greenhouse, let's nip home and have a look at the greenhouse at home. Pop back from the allotment. Right, I've got in here tomatoes, lots of peppers. I'm growing I'm doing a youth scheme, a growing vegetable scheme, so a lot of these will be shared out amongst the youngsters, but it's just so that you can see what you could be growing. There's a parsnip there, look, and that's the next stage. And we've got a whole row there, look, that's the next stage. When they're shooting, you just put them in. And then I've got some leeks, and I've got some snowball collies. So it's chili peppers, tomatoes. I like to grow two types of tomato, Elsa Craig and Moneymaker, but they do need to be staggered so that the flowers all come at different times, and some lettuce. Oh, and another lot of onions there. So that's all we got here, and from now on a lot of seeds can go direct into the soil. I've also got some butternut squash. That is the winter butternut. Why it says winter butternut, it means that you can keep them through the winter. They don't grow through the winter. They don't like it. There we go. And you can also sow, as I've done there, I've sown some more sweet peppers. So get them peppers in, get them parsnips in, and your onions. Let's go back to the allotment, shall we? Tiddly-doo. Alright, here we are, we're back again. Strawberries, I tipped them all out, renewed the soil with the compost that I'd made, and there they are, look, and they're all putting on nice new growth. So the strawberries are looking good. That potato, that's a Christmas potato, and the bucket froze. It was that blinking cold. It's very rare for it be that cold here on the south coast of UK, but it did get cold enough that the potato simply died. But it did die, but then it shot up again, so it ain't going to be Christmas, but I'm going to get an early potato. Then there's not much going on in here. Once again, a bucket of out of season carrots, and I got a few pot plants there for the hanging basket, and a few tomato plants, and I also sowed a few onions in a tray. That was purely to see if they would come on okay here on the allotment with very little attention, and they seem to have survived. Right, so let's go round the whole plot now then. Right, I've put some sweet peas in that I grew at home. It looks like the slugs have already attacked them, but I think they're going to survive. They seem to be managing. And then this bit of bed that's not had anything done with it there's that sweet pea that I put in last month, and it's surviving. So good show. Then the broccoli, I've now taken the bird scarers off, and the pigeons are having a feast on the purple Sprayton broccoli. So there we go. Then I've got a few early leeks. So we can be growing leeks. You could sow some leeks now. There's a few more there, look. Now my potatoes, my early potatoes, they've got a net over and they're doing okay, look. There we go. So they're doing okay. Then there's not much else going here. Now my main crop potatoes, I put those in, just the day before yesterday. And here we are, we're 3rd of April, is it? I think, something like that. Then the spinach, that is now putting on leaf, and I'm getting good pickings of spinach now. But it will, as soon as it will go to seed fairly soon. And then this, I've got this on here, this wire on here, because the cat decided he would like to sleep in there. But I've sown carrots in there. And do you know what? I think they're coming up. Yes, they're just showing. So, and that's like a little greenhouse. The soil's all been sieved with sand and stuff. So then there's not much else going on. So I'm not going to bother you with what's not happening. The grapevines are all pruned and they're just beginning to show bud. The asparagus that I grew from seed and planted out, this would be its 2nd year. They're not showing yet, so we'll carry on. Then we've got my shallots. Now those shallots went in on the shortest day, and the shallots, the reason for me growing shallots is for pickled onions. And shallots always make good pickled onions. Then the asparagus bed, that is now beginning to show asparagus. There we go, look at that, there's a beauty there. I'll be picking that one about lunchtime. They seem to grow so quick. Oh, and then the potatoes in the bath, that bit of guttering is so that I can water them from out here. They're doing okay, look. And I've cheated this time. I've put more seed potatoes in there than I would normally. I've put them down both sides. It's because it produces so well. And then of course my plum trees in full blossom. Lovely. Last year they were superb. I didn't have a beehive early this year, but now I have. Thank you, John. Then this bed here, this is perpetual leek here. Oh, it looks like the fox has been digging the hole there, looking for worms, I think. Yeah, so they're perpetual leeks. I've thinned them out. That's it. Right, let's walk on round. Now these were sets. These were sets that I put into a tray in the greenhouse to get them started. I'll show you those compared with the sets that I'll put straight in the ground. Well, you'll see in a minute, and there's no difference. There's no difference. Strawberries are all coming on. They've all been weeded, and I'd give them a little top dressing of stable clearance, which was only it was mostly sawdust really, and a bit of horse poo. And then this bed here, it's going to be beetroot, and there are beetroot in here, and they're just, if you can just make that out, they're just doing okay. There. Now they were brought on at home, and then I brought them out and planted them on. So, and then I'm trying some parsnip straight in the ground. And if I didn't know better, I'd say there's one just showing. That was seed. That was seed straight in. Right, all the fruit bushes, they're just sitting, waiting there's a bit of leaf on them, and the raspberries are sending up new shoots. Right then, let's go along to me pea bed. There we go. The peas are now doing okay. So you could be sowing peas at home. You could do it in guttering or however you want to do it. Have a look at my pea YouTube that I did a few weeks back. There they are. These are dwarf peas, and those other ones are tall peas. Obviously that's so that the sun keeps onto these don't block the sun out from the taller ones. Right, and then on we've got some more peas in here, and now these peas are first early still. I've got main crop to go yet. Right, and then I've got a couple of snowball cauliflowers here that the slugs are liking. I've put sand around them to deter the slugs, but because we've had so much rain, the sand's got washed away a bit, so the slugs have been having a little bit of a chomp. Now here's the onions that were set straight in the ground, and there's not really a lot of difference. Broad beans, they're all in. You could still be sowing broad beans now. You probably will get black fly, but well, that's life, isn't it? You'll still get your broad beans. And then there's the red onion sets, and once again these aren't a lot different to the ones that were brought on in trays in the greenhouse. Then I've got here, I've got one broad bean there that's broken off. That must have been a small creature to have broken that off, unless it was the wind. We have had some very high winds. And then the garlics, they're looking tremendous. Look at that. They're elephant garlic across the back. I think an elephant would love them. And then the strawberries here, these are just add cream. They are a super sweet strawberry, and they seem to produce strawberries for quite a long time as well. In fact, there's even a flower there, look. And it is a really nice day today, so the sun's out. Right, now basically that is it as far as what's growing is concerned. Ah, no, you remember those parsnips at home in the tubes and in the trays? Right, that's where they're going. There you have one there, look, and another one. I brought them. I had 4 in a little box. So those 2 here that aren't showing, they were sprouted seed. Let's put the glass back on. They were sprouted seed, but they hadn't shown above the soil. But the other 2 had shown above the soil. You really, if you've got them in toilet rolls, you really do need to get them out as soon as you can, because they will send down very long shoots. Now everything else is just not doing much. Me anti-wood lice strawberry. Oh look, there's a flower on there. Look, it's because this is sun trapped. And look at the peach tree. It is looking gorgeous. It's a shame I didn't have bees to pollinate them, but we have now. Day before yesterday we brought a swarm here, so hopefully everything will be fine. And then potatoes in bins, they're all really doing well. But of course this is like a little sun trap here, and the grapevines through the back there. There's another one. That was a self-sown potato, a volunteer I think they call it. I dug it up and put it in the bin. So basically that is the plot. The pond's doing okay. I think I got a leak, but I've said that once before. And then the bees, I can't see them moving yet. Oh yes I can. Let's go and have a quick look at the bees. Yep, there's one coming out now. There, look at that. So I think we're good. We're good. So there's the plot then. I hope I've given you some idea. Oh, I'll tell you what I did do. I put some sunflowers in. These are giant sunflowers, but they started to get eaten by the slugs, so I've put those bottles over. and they seem to be very happy. Anyway, there you go. So there's the plot. It's all looking okay, and I'm quite optimistic that we're going to have a good year this year. Whether it be dry, whether it be wet, whatever it comes, whatever it's going to be, we're going to have a good year. Be happy, be safe, and be kind. Oh, it's all bees. Bye.